I got the service manual out for this John Deere and going through what I can do to do adjustments to this transmission and the clutch, and right away I've noticed a big difference. I just lubricated these shafts on the John Deere with some lightweight motor oil, which I used chain oil, bar oil, non-detergent. And they're over here. You had to tilt it to each side. I've done both of them and it's quieting those up. And I've taken the wheel off again. I'm going to grease these gears as it recommends in the shaft. But I also took off the front wheel just out of curiosity to see if the front wheel could be used on the rear. And I'm going to do that to see if it'll tighten it up any. It's got the mounts for the gear. So I'm going to swap those around. So these are 10mm bolts I found out. I'm going to take this gear off and put it on this front wheel. So these are self-threading screws right into the, I guess it's plastic here. So we'll have us like a new wheel from the front to the back, reversible, which is nice of John Deere to do. So we got some grease here on the shaft and on the gear, as well as on my front wheel moved to the rear wheel. And I'll do the same on the other side as well. This wheel feels much solid now. I don't have all the play in it I did before. Certainly turns smoother, and the one in the front as well. And we still got the little play there, but it doesn't matter that much in the front. So we're going to do the other side, see if we can tighten that up as well. So here's the other side. This wheel's got a lot of play in it, so we're going to do the same thing. Reverse these around, grease it up, and take the front wheel. And here's these pair of wheels where I'll take this gear off and put it in here, and self-threading screws or plastic in there for those. They both felt about the same looseness, but I'll reverse those anyway. Grease up these shafts and axles and gear. So this side has been reversed, the gear. I've greased it up. And the front axle shaft and the gear and the actual shaft here. Put those back on, see if that tightens that up. Don't quite see the difference in the tightening up. Still got a little play in here, maybe a little better than it was. Certainly the other side it tightened up. But putting a little grease on there certainly smooths everything out, and certainly should smooth out the transmission part of driving these gears in these wheels. So the last service item on here is to check the spring clutch to make sure it's fully engaging. And it gives you some various measurements here. Of course they make it easier because they have the pulley off, I don't. But I really already checked that here, and this cable is fully engaging this clutch. I did measure it and it's in the distance they say. There's just not any spring wear that has stretched. If I tried to adjust this any tighter, it would stretch the cable or possibly even break the cable. I just don't see any adjustments there, so we're going to try this with what I've done. Oiling the bushings. I've reversed the front and rear wheels and greased the gears and shafts.